Hello there, I'm Aldraviews, and welcome to my review of Dawnshard by Brandon Sanderson. I don't have a very pretty physical copy to show to you because I don't have a physical copy of Dawnshard. I discovered Dawnshard just as I was about to start reading Rhythm of War for my Rhythm of War review. If you'd like to watch that review, link should be in the description, hopefully in a card up there as well. But I actually just didn't know about Dawnshard at all. It turns out it's an exclusive novella, or rather, separate novella rather, that Sanderson wrote as part of a Kickstarter, trying to kind of fill in some gaps. And I like this. It's a really cool example. It has specific funding. People funded it and they received it, and he has now released it for sale separately. So I just bought it and read it. And I really liked it. Wow, the light is doing some weird stuff to my jumper. Look at that. But Dawnshard tells the story of essentially between Oathbringer and Rhythm of War. Risen, the merchant apprentice, I actually can't remember her name, that we followed in the intermission chapters during Oathbringer, and maybe also the second one, I don't remember. And it is essentially her life now. She has been crippled due to her incidents and the stories that we read about. If you want to, read the books, and you can look her up, Risen, R-Y-S-N. And she is now off on a cool, sexy, super cool mission to Amia to figure out what's going on over there. And it's like a whole little separate story, and you get lots of little bits about the physics and science of this realm of Russia. You get some really, really wonderful bits with the Lopin. I actually just forgot his name. I couldn't remember the character's name, so I just googled the one thing I remember always with him, which is Journey Before Pancakes. You got some really, really wonderful bits with him and his cousin, and just I really liked Dawnshard. I actually liked it more than Rhythm of War. Again, if you want to see my opinions about Rhythm of War, links are in the description. But I loved Dawnshard. I thought it was such a deep dive into the world and just an exploration on things that aren't really touched on in the main Stormlight. I feel like every other element or every other character within Stormlight Archive talks primarily about mental health. This one talks about mental health, but also physical. It's someone who feels, chained and shackled by their physical disability. They've lost the use of their legs. And I just love what Sanderson does with this. I mean, it really does feel like he researched it like crazy and got a lot of really powerful emotion from the character. And I really hope to see this character again. And it also, besides just being a really excellent book and a really interesting adventure, and we learned a lot about some really cool characters as well, and people who are on Russia, there are also a couple really amazing things for the wider Cosmere. So from here on out, I am going to be talking spoilers. So this is the official spoiler warning. And this is going to be pretty spoilery, and also it's going to be spoilery for other elements of the Cosmere as well. So, Dawnshard, the big thing. She gets a Dawnshard. I mean, it's literally in the name. But Risen, becomes a Dawnshard. Anyone who is a bit unfamiliar with what on earth that means, or hasn't yet read enough about in Cosmere, Dawnshard is, how is it? It's a command, to put it bluntly. All godliness, magic, and physics itself in the system of the world of Cosmere, and the galaxy or universe of Cosmere, is you need to have investiture, which is kind of like the spirit of it. It's the energy. You need to have intent, which is the desire to achieve the action, and you need to have commands. Dawnshards are the commands. An excellent example for anyone who has read the Mistborn series by Sanderson as well is you get the intent and shard of preservation. You get the Shard of Preservation, who is the god that Kelsier speaks to, or rather influences. If you read Mistborn's Secret History, it talks a lot about that, and this is where it actually happens. And Kelsier gets on really well with preservation. And in fact, he also briefly ascends and does become preservation. And so he does maintain that little bit of the intent, but he is given a command by preservation. Before preservation died, he commanded him to survive, and it's in big bold, and that seems to be a thing, like big bold letters, survive. And that is basically imprinted on his soul or something. It's very vague, but that is what a command is. And a Dawnshard essentially is what it appears to be. A how do I put this? Because we don't really know. It's like the manifestation of the command. And at the end of the book, Risen becomes the holder of that command. And I don't 100% remember or understand what the command is. That's it. It's the Dawnshard change. There are like 4 Dawnshards that are like the commands of God ad nauseam, and this is the Dawnshard of change. Risen describes it in the book of the will of a god to remake things, to demand they be better, the power to change, and that has huge impacts on the wider Cosmere as a whole. It affects their very being, their spirit web, basically their soul, that concept. And I just think that's so fascinating when it comes to the broader concept of the Cosmere. And we now have a character whom we love, we enjoy and appreciate, who is now essentially are they a cosmic being? No, they're not a divine being either. In fact, they are marred. They have sworn oaths to not ever bond with a Spren, which is really interesting. But it's going to be such a big deal later on. Such a big deal that this character is essentially is the vessel for this, the command of a god to change. I think this might be, I think this is probably one of the top additions to the Cosmere that is separate from the main chronology of books. That is to say, the Mistborn and the Stormlight books. Other books that set, also Elantris, but like there's various short stories, The Emperor's Soul. I think Dawnshard's the best. It's the best written. It's the best characters. Oh my god, the conflict between the Lopin and his cousin. When he swears the 4th ideal. Or swears the 3rd ideal even. It's so good. I cannot articulate to you. That made me feel more things than when I read Rhythm of War. I cared so much about Lopin and who I can't remember cousin's name, but I care a lot about these people. I care about their oaths. I care about their Spren. Rhythm, maybe. But this, yes, definitely read this. If you are a fan of Sanderson, I should probably say no more spoilers now. If you are a Sanderson fan and you enjoy Stormlight and you weren't sure if you should pick it up, yes, definitely pick it up. 100% an excellent addition, and I think practically mandatory reading for any Stormlight fan. Thank you so much for watching. That's been my review of Dawnshard. Short, but it was a short novel anyway. It's a novella, so it's a novella of a review. Make sure you leave a like and a comment below, and hopefully you check out any other book reviews that I put up on this channel. This should be the first proper review that goes up on this channel, and I'm going to be putting all book reviews on this channel now. Previously, they've been going on my main channel, Aldraviews, so I do hope that you stick around, leave me a sub, so as to be made aware of when I put up new book reviews, and go to rereading a lot more as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.